feel good to be back. Sleep in my own bed, eat some real food, see the family, get all that love. And
Fetty Wap is finally home after 3 years in federal prison, and he wasted no time reminding the world who he is. Within 48 hours of touching down, Fetty pulled back up in Paterson, New Jersey with no security, and started doing interviews like he never left. But then a piece of footage surfaced that completely flipped the narrative. A clip showing Fetty looking shack and terrified, literally begging his ops not to kill him. And now the internet is on fire. So let's break this all the way down that on January 8th, 2026, Willie Jr. Maxwell, known to the world as Fetty Wap, walked out of federal prison a free man. The rapper had served just over 3 years of a 6-year sentence tied to a cocaine conspiracy case. Thanks to the First Step Act, signed back in 2018, Fetty was able to earn good time credits by completing prison programs, cutting nearly 3 years off his bid at 34 years old. Fetty didn't lay low after his release. Instead, he went straight back to Paterson. No disguises, no heavy protection. He pulled up to a family crib where 20 to 30 relatives, day ones, and close friends were waiting on him. The energy was real people chanting 1738, the iconic Zoo Gang call named after Remy Martin Cognac. Classic records like Trap Queen and 679 were playing loud as everyone celebrated and reminisced about the early days before the fame, before the case, before everything changed. But just when it looked like a feel-good homecoming, that footage hit the internet.
Yeah, man, what's up?
How you feeling, brother?
I feel good, man.
You ain't missed no push-ups, been eating your protein. Like you was taking full advantage of that time, huh?
Yeah, a couple chicken packs and tunas and all that.
See what I'm saying? How are you, first of all, brother?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
The celebrations didn't stop. Once he touched down, they stretched on for days. Small welcome home dinners at different relatives' cribs, real Jersey vibes all around. Taylor ham sandwiches, Italian hot dogs, homemade plates his moms and siblings put together with love. Clips flooded Instagram showing Fetty just cooling, staying humble, repeating the same words over and over, "I'm blessed." His publicist told the press Fetty was in a focused, grounded headspace, moving carefully and reconnecting quietly with his people. And within 48 hours of being back outside, he sat down with Power 105.1's The Breakfast Club for his first major interview and he'll talk about ops. No threats, no drama. Instead, Fetty opened up about what really hurt, missing his kids' birthdays, doctor appointments, basketball games, and first days of school. 4 years is a long time to be away from your shorties, and you could hear the pain in his voice when he talked about it.
I took a lot of time from them, and 4 years is a long time. You see your kids go from here to here, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I miss birthdays, I miss Christmas, I miss doctor's appointments, I miss daddy day at school and shit like
basketball games, dances,
basketball games, football games. My son's first day of high school.
Bro also announced plans to launch a foundation for kids with disabilities, and this one hit close to home. Fetty's been battling congenital glaucoma his entire life. He lost his left eye at just 6 months old, and doctors originally believed both eyes would be affected, but they managed to save one. That struggle shaped him. He's been open about using cannabis occasionally to manage eye pressure, something his doctors recommended. It's not about getting high, it's about managing pain and protecting what vision he has left.
Yeah, I had glaucoma when I was little. Matter of fact, my mother is here, actually. Mom.
Welcome to TMZ, Mom. I'm asking him about his eye right now.
How old was I when I lost my eye? This is the right answer.
6 months.
I was 6 months when I got glaucoma.
French Montana shared footage of a studio session with Fetty and Maxby right after Fetty touched down, captioning it, "Zoo Gang Forever." Meanwhile, Gilly the Kid posted a FaceTime screenshot showing love for Fetty's resilience and telling him to stay locked in. Even 50 Cent, who had been holding Fetty down financially and mentally throughout the entire bid, stayed fully tapped in. Whatever Fetty needed during those 3 years, 50 made sure he had it, no questions asked.
50 did a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? He from day one, it was like he reached out like, "Yo, whatever you need, just holler at me." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right. And then it was like, where this money going? I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't used to that. I'm used to it's always the other way around.
Local Paterson News didn't report any static, shootouts, or security issues connected to Fetty's return. The same streets that had once seen him shot at, violated, and beefing with multiple ops 7 years ago welcomed him back peacefully. Community reactions leaned towards celebration, and Relief longtime fans even organized informal tributes, putting up driveway signs reading "Welcome Home, Fetty," and social media hashtags were trending regionally. But those streets have long memories, and the safe return Fetty experience wasn't always guaranteed. T.O. understand why many were expecting smoke when he came home. You have to look back at what went down before he got locked up, started with a 5 a.m. run to a Patterson deli that turned into a full-blown war zone. IT was March 26, 2017, about 5 in the morning, at the 24-hour Montclair Deli on Montclair Avenue. Fetty and his Remy boys had slid through after a late-night performancia spot he'd been hitting for years with no problems. But that night changed everything. The tension stemmed from a beef with local Patterson rapper Raheem "Fuzz" Thomas, which had been simmering for some time. Rooted in territorial disputes, personal slights, and the battle to be the face of Patterson rap, the rivalry had been mostly quiet, subtle disses in songs and social posts. No one expected it to explode in real life. Inside the deli, Thomas and his crew ran up on Fetty's group. What started as hands turned violent quickly. Thomas allegedly pistol whipped one of Fetty's guys, and another crew member snatched Fetty's signature 1738 chain right off his neckapiece, representing everything Zoo Gang stood for, and Fetty's bread too. Later, surveillance footage showed Thomas wearing a bright red jacket, white shirt, cap, and pants, waving a pole inside the deli as everyone scattered. Amid the chaos, Fetty hit the floor, caught in the middle of the storm. They also ran off with a book bag from the homie who got pistol whipped, adding even more chaos to the scene. About an hour later, the beef spilled onto the streets. Shots rang out. 3 people were hit, though nobody died. 2 were rushed to St. Joseph's Regional Medical Center in Patterson, while a third drove to Hackensack University Medical Center for treatment. Word on the street was that one of the wounded might have been Sylvester Huffin, one of Fetty's day ones, an executive producer for RJ Productions, who possibly shot himself by accident during the chaos, but that was never confirmed. Police recovered a .45 caliber Springfield on Thomas, which had reportedly been stolen in Colorado, along with illegal armor piercing and hollow point rounds. No weapon was found on Huffin, and it remained unclear if Fetty's crew fired any shots, though reports suggested some of them might have returned fire once the brawl moved outside. Law enforcement acted quickly. Raheem Thomas, 36 at the time, was initially booked on weapons charges but walked the next day thanks to New Jersey's bail reform. They caught up to him again on March 28th after surveillance footage confirmed his involvement. By March 29th, prosecutors hit him with first-degree armed robbery, aggravated assault, and multiple gun charges, including possession as a convicted felon. Because of prior convictions prohibiting him from owning firearms, he appeared in Passaic County Superior Court, where a judge ordered him held at Passaic County Jail pending further hearings. Shortly after all this went down, Thomas posted a now-deleted image of someone masked up wearing Fetty's chain, claiming he didn't do it personally but still trolling his ops. Fetty clapped back on socials, posting pics of himself rocking new chains, making it clear he wasn't about to let anyone see him. Shook, the whole situation exposed just how deep the beef ran in Patterson's underground rap scene. Thomas, who went by Fuzz, was an up-and-coming rapper with local crew ties. The static boiled down to territory, personal disrespect, and control over the local music scene. That deli shootout marked the peak of the tension. Fetty, however, wasn't suspect he wasn't charged with thing. In the eyes of the law, he was a victim. In the years that followed, the feud seemed to cool down publicly. No major incidents made headlines, though rumors and old footage kept the story alive. Fetty stayed focused, releasing music and spending time with family, while Thomas faced legal consequences that kept him out of the spotlight. But this wasn't the only smoke Fetty had to deal with. Before the deli, before the fame, there was another beef brewing closer to home. This one came from inside his own circle, from someone who claimed to have helped build Zoo Gang from the ground up. When the squad fell apart, the Remy boys, also known as RGF or Zoo Gang, remained Fetty's core Patterson crew. They linked up around 2013 to 2014 with the original roster, including Monty Guapad 4000 and P-Dice, government name Brian White. P-Dice was there from day Onion tracks. In videos and claims, he was the one who connected Fetty with the right industry contacts, helping to build the brand from scratch. According to him, he first met Monty at a studio, and soon they linked with Fetty. The chemistry was instant, and they began cooking up music together. laying the foundation for what would become Zoo Gang.
So how long were you a part of the Remy Boys?
Day one. Day one, Remy Boy, me, Fetty, Monty. We started it all together. We was all like down together, basically like homeless together, feel me? So where we just kind of like came up with that, but just building our craft, you feel me? And it took off.
Trap Queen dropped in 2014 and launched Fetty and the Remy Boys into the stratosphere. The single went multi-platinum. The Remy Boys mixtape was buzzing, and they signed a deal with 300 Entertainment. The money started coming in heavy, but soon, the cracks began to show by mid-2015, rumors of internal problems were surfacing. In July 2015, Fetty went public on social media about the split, claiming P. Dice was kicked out for allegedly finessing money from the crew's shared earnings. In a now-deleted Instagram post, Fetty accused P. Dice of pocket-watching, counting everybody else's bread while skipping tours and studio sessions. He said he had been covering P. Dice's expenses without getting anything back.
He is my student. Him and Monty are my students. Like, their lives changed when they met me. You feel me? Like, I taught them flows, like all the original flows that Fetty, I don't know, it's like his style going in circles right now, but like all the original flows, like from the day one flows, those were my flows. I mean, that was my style, but I embraced it, you feel me? Like, cause I ain't no hate.
P claimed he was the originator of a singy rap style in Patterson, calling it ignorant R&B, the melodic flow that would later define Fetty's signature sound. He said Monty was the first catch on to his style, followed by Fetty. P admitted that roughly 20% of his sound was influenced by Max B, who had a major impact on the wave movement in August 2015. P. Dice fired a shot with his diss track Trap Queen remix, targeting Fetty's biggest hit. The lyrics accused Fetty of acting brand new, failing to give proper credit, and cutting him out of 300 entertainment deals. P. Dice didn't stop there. He followed up with more tracks, including Facts later that year, laying out all the alleged betrayals, being excluded from shows, denied royalties, and not recognized for his contributions to Remy Boys. To back up his claims, he shared screenshots of old Texan photos, presenting himself as the real architect behind the group. Online, fans quickly split into camps, debating who was truly in the right.
It's either P. Dice or it's all of y'all. Like, we want problems, and as long as he's in y'all squad, we want problems with y'all. And Wap said, he gotta go. Straight like that, that's the truth. I ain't leaving nothing out. That's the dead truth.
P. Dice addressed the controversy when Jersey rapper Tax G accused Fetty of stealing his style. Taken to social media, P. Dice explained his side of the story. Things escalated when Tax G's big homie confronted Fetty and his crew with an ultimatum. It's P. Dice or all of you. According to P. Dice, Fetty chose to cut him loose instead of standing by his day one collaborator. BY September 2015, reports surfaced that P. Dice had filed a lawsuit against Fetty and RGF Productions for breach of contract, seeking over $100,000 in unpaid royalties from Trap Queen and other collaborations. The case was quietly settled out of court in 2016, and the details remain unknown. After the fallout, P. Dice's career took a hit. He released independent projects like Dice World in 2016, but they failed to chart or gain mainstream attention. He also claimed he had been removed from several tracks on Fetty's album, further cutting him out of the success he helped build.
Now, were there any other tracks you were supposed to be on?
Yeah, I was on Whatever, and I was on How We Do Things, and I was on 679, I was on Rewind, I was on a lot of tracks, a lot of them on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Word, but I was on at least 4 tracks on the album.
Meanwhile, Fetty slightly rebranded the crew, making Monty his main collaborator on hits like 679 and My Way. In interviews, he downplayed the drama, saying, "It's all love, but business is business. We had to move on." Still, subtle jabs lingered. His 2015 track, Decline, was widely interpreted by fans as a response to P. Dice, with lyrics about fake friends and money grabbers. The beef simmered on. In 2017, P. Dice appeared on Vlad TV, claiming Fetty changed after fame and used a squad for clout before cutting them loose. He also hinted at physical altercations, though no police reports have corroborated those incidents.